Hello everybody, socalthero here. Welcome back to another video of Microsoft Flight Simulator. We're going to be continuing my around the world trip. And the last time you're going to see this custom livery on this Vision Jet, my plane that I've been using to travel around the world. Because this is going to be the last one that keeps us kind of in the North America area. We're going to be pretty much on the edge of it until we start getting into Europe here. This is going to be the last leg before we get to some pretty long legs to follow, so I probably will have shorter videos for you in the future. This one might be short as well because it's just going to be me again. But this flight today is in the early morning hours. It's about 6:15 in the morning right now. We're going to be departing out of where we landed last time, which is Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we're going to be heading over to St. John's. It's in St. Pierre and Miquelon. I'm not going to pronounce that right. I know I am not already, but need this leg in order to start making our way over towards Europe so we can get into ice or Greenland and then Iceland, and then eventually after that we should be in Europe, unless that's considered Europe already, and we'll be landing on the main continent of Europe through Norway. So we're gonna get on board right now. Family's already on. I'm gonna go ahead and have the luggage door closed, and I'm gonna get on board myself, and we're gonna close the door up. Everybody's on. There we go. All right, I'm gonna run into the seat. I'm gonna climb into the front seat here. So I already got the flight plan in as usual. I like to have that ready for you guys so we're not spending too much time on the ground. I'm going to go ahead and grab my headphones. I'm going to tell them to disconnect the GPU since I'm got all the electronics going already. I'm going to start getting some oxygen into the cabin here as well. I'll fire up the alternators. Go ahead and get our strobe lights going so they know we're going to start the engines. Going to be departing out on 1-4 today, so looking at the map, just going to taxi along the side here past the terminals, and I believe it's a taxi back runway, so we're going to have to be on the runway a little bit. Weather-wise, I did notice it was raining earlier. It seems like it stopped now, so it's pretty soupy weather, and as you can see, the sun is up. It's just that the weather is kind of soupy today, so I'm gonna have my imaginary girlfriend's light on, and I guess I'll turn my light on too as we fire up here. You can hear that engine starting. Love that sound. Okay, I have trim set. We're gonna be flying at 31,000 feet today because the block time for this one is 2 hours. This is going to be a little bit of a longer flight. So we're going to go ahead and release the parking brake. And we are going to go ahead and give ourselves some power here. We can start moving. And we're going to start making our way out to our runway here. Hope you guys been enjoying the series. I've been having a lot of fun recording this. The date on this one is September 8th, 2024. I've fallen down a rabbit hole, kind of a little bit ambitious of me to be looking, but especially with 2024 coming out, Microsoft Flight Sim 2024, this truck's going to totally nail my wing. Yep, there we go. And I fell down the rabbit hole of looking how to make my own liveries, and I don't think I'm going to make a livery for 2020 yet, but we'll see. But if 2024 is very similar, I might be making liveries for my planes here, especially my Vision Jet, this one, to continue my around the world trip. I want to make something that's kind of themed around what I'm doing on this trip. Kind of the idea, I don't know, maybe like a Earth or globe or something on it would be pretty cool. Some earthly colors like light blues and dark blues. I don't know, just been kind of toying with the idea. Especially after using this livery, it's pretty cool to have something different. I like the realism using the real ones, but at the same time too, it's nice to have my own custom personalized one as well. Which if I do it, I will upload a version of it in my Discord if you guys would like to download and use it as well. Most likely will be free, won't be behind a paywall. I'm not the best when it comes to art, so I'll probably be pretty critical of my my issues and errors when making the thing. Oh, we're getting pretty close to taxiing out onto the runway here. As I said, it's gonna be a taxi back runway, I believe, which is kind of interesting for an international airport for Nova Scotia. This is what I want to say is the biggest airport for Nova Scotia, so kind of interesting that an international airport with commercial planes involves taxiing back on the runway. I was kind of used to it in South America. I figured like smaller airports that made more sense, but for here it's kind of interesting, I must say. Yeah, taking off on runway 14. We're going to be landing on runway 16 when we get up there. Looks like it'll be a nice approach. It'll be over some water onto the island, which will be pretty cool. As I said before, my buddy Stoppel that you guys hear and see on these flights with me, he helped me plan the routes based on Googling and looking like what the distance the Vision Jet would make. Based on its fuel capacity, as well as what would be interesting or nice looking approaches and landings and takeoffs as well, as you saw with the Niagara Falls video. So I do have my trim set to 4, so we'll get the little alert that we are not at the ideal trim of 5 or 6, but that's fine. Like I said, I don't like the plane rocketing out of here when I fire it up. Runway is obviously cleared as I jumped on it just to get ready for the takeoff here. This will be pretty interesting with the sun the way it is. I'll go ahead and I got my plane turned, but it's because I want to turn these lights off. Oh, interesting. Turning it the way I did was enough to slow the plane down to where it wouldn't move anymore. There's my number right here, 14. And we're lined up. There we go. Let's go. I get to take off thrust. Yeah, there's the pitch trim. I did forget landing lights. I'll put those on. It does look like it's going to be pretty cold on this one, so we're going to go ahead and get these switched on as well. Oh, I forgot speed bugs. That's why I'm not lifting off on automatically here. Go ahead and do that while I'm thinking about it. A little late now for the takeoff, but it is what it is. And flaps up. Real soupy weather, but it's early enough in the morning that I don't think anybody is flying around us here. Alright, we're gonna make our turn. And since the flight plan doesn't connect to it, I'm going to go ahead and say direct to there. And I forgot my nav mode and vertical nav. Let's go ahead and get those turned on as well. They're climbing really, really fast because I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, stall speed is high because I was climbing at an angle that was insane. Trying to get up out of these clouds though. There we go. Oops, forgot my landing gear. Let's put that up as well. All right, we hit our first waypoint. About 7 minutes until we hit our next one. And that's when we're supposed to be at our flight level of 31,000 feet. So we go ahead and continue to climb here. Get us out of here. Looks like a beautiful morning up here above the clouds. Continue to climb, babe, climb. So looking at the radar, yeah, we got toss and then no top, and then just past no top there with the next island is about where the next airport is at and where we're going to be landing today. That's the other island, I believe. To make sure, I could be wrong on that. It's kind of connected. There's like a little peninsula between the two. It's almost like two islands, so we'll hit that landmass, and then the next one that we go over that little peninsula will be towards the airport we're going to be landing at today. As I said, block time is 2 hours. Being at this altitude, I'm thinking it'll probably be at an hour and 15, hour and 30 minutes for the flight. UTC says it's 10 a.m. almost right now, and we're expected to be in at 12:39 p.m. So it does seem like it's going to be a 2-hour flight. Again, this video is coming out before the other videos that I gave to you guys that are not gave to you guys, but released for you guys to watch, that has the music and some of my in-flight moments just flying around up in the air. Some of the views that I'm checking out on the way to the next destination. Again, not sure how it's going to be received as of this recording, so I'll insert a little bit in here too if it's being well received from the other videos, which I hope it is, because it's been a lot of fun adding that in there for editing purposes and to give you guys a little bit more than just a landing and an approach and a takeoff, really, is all. So we're over 10,000 feet right now. I'm going to go ahead and turn on the autopilot and let it do its thing. Let it continue to climb. I'm going to go ahead and let the throttle, the plane's throttle be controlled by the plane itself. So I pretty much just have to sit here and be a passenger while the plane does its thing like a lazy man. I like that though. I'm not going to lie. Wow, it's really thick out here. Look at this. Some heavy clouds today, but flying right into the sun too. So with all that being said, guys, I am going to sit back and enjoy the flight, and I will see you guys later on within the flight. Alright guys, we are back. I've already started my descent, but doing something different today, and I'm trying to trust the plane a little bit more with the descent and the autopilot for flying here. Because usually I manually take over, and I still got a little ways to go, but it says we should be landing in about 10 minutes, so we actually shaved off an entire hour on our flight here. According to the game time anyways, looking at the recording time, I'm at an hour and 34 minutes right now, so that hasn't changed. If it's going to be a 2-hour flight, it's kind of on time for being a 2-hour flight here. But as you can see, the computer, I have it set up just to do everything for me. Autopilot's on, flight director's still on. I have VNAV instead of a vertical speed descending instead. So now it's managing the plane and getting it low here. Hope you guys enjoyed some of the footage of the in-flight travel time. I mostly got the climb out, like the remaining parts of it. I didn't get to 31,000 feet just because it was taking the plane forever to get there. So I stayed at 28,000 feet. And it moved the top of descent a little bit, but still overall not bad so far. And since I started descending at the last waypoint, I was supposed to be at 19.4 for the altitude, and as soon as I got there, it clearly hit that. So it seems to be on track here for where we need to be as far as descending goes. I just reset my baro though right now just because I'm in a different area of the world, so I figured it'd be good to reset it so that the altitude is reading correctly. I'm still high enough though to where I'm traveling at Mach speed, but that should be changing here shortly. Yeah, looking at the map, I'm about 50 miles out from where the airport is at. Maybe about 40 miles out. And I'm going to be coming in on runway 16, which actually comes kind of from the northwest. Just like it's angled there. I believe there's only 2 runways at this airport too, so it's just a cross runway. When I land at the airport, I was looking at the chart. I was trying to utilize this in game now that I have Navigraph, so, and I pay for the subscription. So now I can look at charts. So I was looking at it, and it's actually really cool to see in here because I typed in the airport I was landing at. So there's 16 where I'm coming in at, and then I don't know if they all show this or if it's just there's certain charts that say it, but like I was looking at the information here and it was talking about like where certain certain planes park. So like there's a de-icing area right there, and then like this is restricted to certain aircraft only, and then it says aircraft with the wingspan of a certain spec go here, which this looks like a terminal, a gate terminal, so I'm assuming that's where commercial flights are going. So I'm guessing when I land, I'm supposed to taxi off to the right here. Well, it would be my left when I come in. So I'm not sure though. But it's pretty cool to be using and seeing now. I need to utilize this stuff more. I mean, if I'm paying for it, why not, right? So, yeah, again, we are descending right now. The interesting landscape, it looks like it's a lot of like little lakes and water bodies here. Yeah, like over time land has been filling up and consuming some of the water here. That's pretty neat to see. Wasn't much to see in the middle of the flight, so I didn't do a lot of the recording getting over here, like on the outside view, so you guys can watch and see what I see. It was mostly just the ocean, so I was like, the body of water. I'm sure we've seen enough of that already. I mean, you're looking at it right now. Just imagine no green and trees, and that's pretty much how the flight went. So yeah, I believe this in front of me right here is a little peninsula that I'll be going over. And then I might have to fly to the left a little bit to get set up on the ILS to land. So if we look at our waypoints, it's kind of going to curve us out towards the north, and then we're going to probably circle back around to get onto the glide slope and actually land. But I'm going to try to let the computer do all of it. I'm going to see if it works. See if I did it correctly this time. It's always good when Stoppel's around because I get a good refresh on what I'm supposed to actually be doing with the instruments. So I'm sure as time goes on and he's busy at work, so he can't tag along with me or anybody else, I'll probably mess it up along the way. Seemed to be good on fuel too. I put a lot of extra fuel in today just to make sure that I make it because there's a little bit of a longer flight. I'm gonna have to do the same for the next two flights because the next two legs are about 3 hours, because from here we're gonna be traveling up to Greenland, and then from Greenland to Iceland, and then from there to Norway. So it's gonna be kind of island hopping. They're not really islands, they're pretty big land masses, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of flying over water. So not sure how entertaining it's gonna be. I'll most likely be flying at the same altitude as I did on this flight, so that way we get that Mach speed so we can come in a little bit quicker. Speaking of speed, got the plane doing its thing too. I got the auto throttle on, so it's doing its thing to get us down without over speeding and over revving the engine here. As you can hear it there, kind of cooling off, and as you can see the or slowing down, not cooling off, and you can see the fan spinning in there. I love the details on this plane. And then going to the website for the author that sells this mod, and seeing all the like little details for the livery kit that I downloaded from them to make liveries from it, or for it rather, makes you really appreciate the amount of work that goes into making this model. And I haven't shown this yet, but since it's the last time I'll probably be using this livery, if you look behind here, because I have the family package, you can't really see it, but yeah, back here there's a the same symbol but in white that's on this backboard back here. So this is something you might have missed as we descend into the soup here. Being that it's a local, or that it was a 2-hour flight, we took off at about 6:30 a.m. I want to say, maybe even 7. So it's probably still morning hours here, minus any time change. So it's probably like 9 or 10 in the morning, I want to say. We're still getting in pretty early. Kind of flew into the sun, so it was probably a little bit of a blinding flight from the pilot and the co-pilot, just having the sun in our face most of the time. All right, plane is still descending. I'm a little concerned because it's going beneath what it's supposed to go to. We're at 41 feet right now, or 4,000 feet rather, not 41. I did have the altitude set to 100, so that way it continues the descent for the top of descent, but I might have to change that here. Seems like we're not going to stop. Let's go ahead and move it up. See if that stops it. Yeah, that's kind of stopping it. Just because it doesn't have anywhere to go, it's going to just continue to sit there. Oh, we need to be at 1,600 feet though after that, so See if it continues to descend after this. Actually, we need to be on approach already. So let's activate vectors to final and go into approach mode. And we're gonna go direct to here. Yep. We'll give ourselves enough time to descend. And I'm gonna try to let the autopilot do all the flying here. This is pretty nice though up here. Flying over this water, the land mass. We're not turning like I was hoping we were gonna be turning. This is the part that always gets me. All right, we're trying to activate that one. Gonna go to activate vectors to final. Yep. Alright, well, I kind of figured as much. I probably did something wrong. Go ahead and turn the autopilot off and just manually fly it here. Auto throttle's off already. Trim is at -5, so that's okay with me. This is okay though. It might have been that although I don't understand why it wouldn't make the turn when I told it to go directly to the waypoint. Thinking that it's trying to get to the top of the magenta line and then start lining up the approach is my thinking on why it wasn't turning. But when you do direct, it should be going like it indicates, or sounds like it should be going directly to the waypoint that you're trying to get to next. Alright, so it knows I'm here because the glide slope is picking up, but it's not finding us yet just because we're not on the ILS, or the localizer rather. We're going to get there. I just want to say, for those of you that are new and haven't watched the previous videos, I'm not a pilot. I'm not good at this game. I'm not even going to say I know 15% of this aircraft to understand it fully, but I will say this. The amount of it that I do know, I am surprised at how much I've learned over the months of flying this plane. Just realizing now, looking back in my Discord when I planned all this, that it's been over a year since I started this journey. I'm pretty proud of myself for the amount I've learned with flying this aircraft. It's been a great experience. I love learning new things, and this has been nothing short of a great thing to be learning too. All right, we are on the glide slope now because we are too low. We are going to go up just to get better on it, and it's going to slow us down a little bit here. Turn on approach mode. I can't see a thing being this high. Make sure lights are on. I thought I turned on all of the... I didn't turn on the windshield de-icing. That I could care less about. I don't think that actually works in the sim, so... Or at least it doesn't project off a catastrophic, a pretty intense, I can't even say the words right now, but give off the sim that you can't actually see out the windshield, so I'm gonna have to dumb it down for myself. I'm trying to gain some altitude just to get back onto the glide slope a little bit cleaner here. But at the same time, I'm kind of feathering it because I don't want to stall out and I don't want to increase my speed just because I don't want to increase it and then have to slow down again here. Well, whoa, we are dipping. I let go of the stick and we started to drop. You know what? Being as far out as we are and we need to be down to 1,600 feet soon, I'm not even going to follow the glide slope like I normally would on the instruments there. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of do a visual here, make sure I'm not going to crash into the ground while at the same time try to get down low enough so I can maintain the speed and be slow enough for the landing. I want to see something here. I let it go. Looks like it's moving. I'm not sure. Man, you cannot see a thing. Look at this. Again, it's Nova Scotia all over again. Okay, after this next waypoint, it's going to be the runway. So we're going to extend our gear out here as soon as we get a little bit closer. A lot of instrument flying here again. Yeah, top of descent keeps moving because I keep moving up and down here. So, oh, there we go. We're almost at the glide slope, actually. Where it wants us to be. Oh, maybe I will follow it. I was wondering, I'm just looking at the screen down here. There's nothing to see in front of me. All right, I'm starting to see water. That's good. Glide slope wants me to descend at a pretty good rate. Don't need to turn anymore. I seem to be on track here. Just need to slightly adjust because we're kind of coming in that way. All right, I got visual on the land, so I'm actually... Oh, I see the runway. Okay, on my left right here. Pretty close to it, I would say. Let me go ahead and start slowing the plane down because we got to keep descending. And then I got to get the landing gear out here. There we go. Gear down. That'll slow us down even more. Even though I visually see it, I'm kind of following the instruments here too on how it wants me to turn the plane. All right, we're gonna give it a little bit of flaps, just to slow us down a little bit more, so I can use a little more power here for the landing. Yeah, look at us here. Look at this angle. That is a interesting angle here. Okay, we're just gonna do visual now. Not following the magenta line anymore. Or the magenta angle, because it says I should be like this right now. I will. Ooh, I'm a little low. A lot of trees here. I need more power though. I'm gonna put my flaps away just a bit. All right, now I'll bring them back. Okay, I'm too high according to this. Still too high, but here we go. All right, full flaps. They're iced, of course. Cutting the power. Floating down. There we go. Wasn't too bad. I'd say that was one of my softer landings than I typically do. Alright, we'll put flaps away. This is where we need to exit for our taxi, I believe. It's right here on the left. Yep, right here. Yep, according to the chart, smaller planes want to be parked over here, which looks like it's the case. I see that prop plane right there. Let's go ahead and start getting the aircraft back to default settings here while not taking our eyes off the road. The flaps are up. I was debating on doing the next flight today as well, but I think I'm going to do it next week, and hopefully I'll be off. The reason that I'm doing a lot of flights right now too is because for the next 2 months I will be really busy at work, where I'm gonna have very little time to be able to play, so that's the reason why. I'm gonna turn all that off. That plane's there. It looks like each taxi line is dedicated for a plane in itself, so we're gonna give it a little bit of speed. Oh, yep, there's another plane down there. See if we can find another taxi line. So behind us, like over there, is where that de-icing area is, and that's the terminals for the commercial planes too. So that's pretty cool to know. Oh, speaking of which, there's a commercial plane. Got a random light out here in the middle. Where do these go to? Oh, back there. Another parking spot. I'm just gonna take one of these. This is probably not where you're supposed to park, but I'm just gonna take one of the. Oh wait, no, there's one right there. Okay. I'm gonna take this first line here. We're gonna park up right here instead. I didn't have enough speed. I was just gonna cut the power and let it coast to a stop here. Oh, still not enough speed. There you go. All right, parking brake set. Go ahead and put my controller down. Go ahead and tell them to put the chocks in. And let me open the door so my passengers can get out. And put my headphones on. And have them open the luggage doors for us as well. Whoops. Not covers and protectors yet. We're still shutting down the aircraft. All right, ice lights come off. Let's go ahead and turn all of this off as well. And we're going to kill the engine. I'm going to turn off the strobe lights so they know it's coming off. Turn off the alternators. And I think that's everything. Yeah, let's go ahead and kill the plane there. Don't need the storage cover. Covers and protectors. There we go. And oh, I forgot to put the luggage on. There we go. So all of that is done. Oh, I'm going to deboard the plane now. And yep. We are here and made it safely. I forgot totally the country I'm in right now. I believe it's not a word I'm used to using for, like, as far as countries are concerned. I'm not really familiar with it. St. John, St. Pierre, I believe is what it was. Yeah, that's what I have on my Discord here for my flight logs for my different legs. Oh, got a commercial plane taking off there. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let me know down in the comments below what you thought of it. And until next time, take care.